Howdy, hi, and hello, my loves. My name is Norman, and welcome to another marvelous DVD drop. Now, Chapter 28, Tools of Torment, has recently dropped, bringing us a whole new load of content into Dead by Daylight, including 2 new survivors, a new killer, a kind of addition to a map, I would say, and then a beautiful, beautiful rework of an old favorite, the Red Forest. If you haven't yet seen it, drop in, go and look at it. It's a spectacle, it's beautiful, and your eyes deserve all of that beauty. Now, before we get any further, let's drop straight into the game and have a look at these brand new survivors. In today's video, we'll be focusing on Thalita Lyra, who is the newest survivor along with her brother Hanatu, and they are the brother and sister duo that have been introduced during Chapter 28, Tools of Torment. Now, a quick read over of Thalita's backstory. She was this big internet star sensation who was involved in kite fighting, didn't like it, felt very isolated and lonely, was looking for more genuine connections with people, so broke away from stardom to create her own community of like-minded people in the kite fighting sport. This makes me think Thalita is very much a altruistic, team-focused player, and her unique abilities also back that up. Let's have a look. We've got friendly competition. Whenever you finish repairing a generator with at least one other survivor, this perk will activate. You and other survivors who finished repairing the generator with you get 5% increased repair progress speed for 75 seconds. Could be perfect and clutch in a 3-gen situation. Nice perk. Teamwork, power of 2. Whenever you finish healing another survivor, you both move 5% faster as long as you stay within 12 meters of the survivor you healed, or until one of you loses a health state. Again, very altruistic focused, works very well with friendly competition. Nice build so far. After performing a rushed vault in a chase, this perk activates. Whilst this perk is active, your rush vaults are silent for up to 6 seconds, and successfully performing a rushed vault during that time, resets the timer. Nice, they feel very cohesive. They feel like it's going to be a great build for somebody who is an altruistic player. So without further ado, we're going to jump into a game. But before we do, make sure you hit the like button if you've enjoyed today's video, and if you want to catch any future videos, make sure you hit the subscribe button where I will be posting twice a week. Let's get into it. I'd say, like, here's Thalita in all her glory, but, like, basically you can't really see her head, can you? It's kind of my head on top of her shoulders, and that ain't a pretty sight. I don't think DPD are going to put me as a survivor in this game at any point, so, you know. Oh, okay, so we're on the Red Forest. Now, also as part of Chapter 28, Tools of Torment, there's been a beautiful rework to the Red Forest, and this game, this map, is absolutely beautiful. It's been done so well. I get lost on it now. I used to know Red Forest at the back of my hand. Now I get so lost on it because it's just so beautiful, and it looks completely different. It's a very good rework. So let's go. Let's see how we get on with Thalita. So somebody's on this gen here. So if we head over to this gen, we can then try out friendly competition. If you remember, that's the perk that allows us 75 seconds of an extra 5% repair progress, so long as I finish the generator with another survivor or survivors. So let's just see how we get on with this. Again, I'm solo queuing when she's meant to be an altruistic player, so Lord Jesus, please protect me. Oh, it's Fredwood. It's Fredwood. I was not expecting the old Fredwood. It would have been nice to have the Skull Merchant to, like, kind of bring the theme together, but it was not meant to be. Okay, so we're going to finish this generator together. Nice. So you can see friendly competition in the bottom right-hand corner now. Has a countdown timer on it, which means we now have the extra 5% progress for 75 seconds on any future generators. Okay, so it's got the yellow bar, so we can see the actual progress is being used. Nice. It doesn't feel too much faster than your standard generator repairs. Well, then again, it is only 5%, and it's only going for 75 seconds, isn't it? But every little helps. You know, if it's in a 3-gen situation, it could come in very, very clutch. But friendly competition could be a pretty decent perk that we could use. Oh, Leon? You okay, love? So friendly competition's still going as well. It's still building itself up. Nice. So I've got, what there, like 70, probably 65, 70% of this generator done. I only had half of that friendly competition available as well because of the time it took to find a new generator. So pretty decent perk, pretty decent perk. Again, friendly competition will activate. Now, I thought there'd be a bit more of a cooldown on it. I thought there'd be... Has it got a cooldown on it full stop? I didn't actually check that, but that could be quite dangerous in the wrong hands. Gen rushing, people don't tend to like it that much. It could potentially you know, be accused of that, but it's a pretty decent perk. It might get nerfed, actually. You never know. As we get closer into the games, it might get a little bit nerfed there. But again, we're probably going to get this whole gen done before friendly competition even runs out. At least we know friendly competition has a pretty decent usage on it. The only final one was Cut Loose, which was after performing a successful vault, you then have hidden noises for vaults for the next 6 seconds. If I can try and find Fredwood, see if I can get in some sort of chase, and then we can see if that one works as well. And obviously it said it resets the timer as well, so again, it could potentially be that Cut Loose is... If it constantly resets, if you get fast vaults all the time, if you are in like a TNL or something, or a jungle gym, it could be a nice perk. She's just a bit of a sneaky one as Thalita. She's very, very sneaky. Either way, we've got Adept Thalita, which is amazing. For our first game as Thalita, I'll take it. It's just a shame the killer wasn't around. We might jump into another game really quickly and just focus on trying to find the killer and then looking at Cut Loose, see how Cut Loose works in terms of Thalita also. Oh, Crotus Pren. I've not been to this map in ages. Absolutely ages. Remember, the whole point of this one is we just want to find the killer. We just want to get into the fast vaults, so we want to get to a TNL jungle gym really quickly. Just to see if that would be of any usage. Right, so the killer seems to be around. Right, so Cut Loose is active. Okay, so that's quiet, nice. And it resets there. You see from the bottom left-hand corner, it resets. So that's only got a 6-second. Now it's got a cooldown on there as well. Okay, not terrible, not terrible. We can work with that. Now let's go over to the hook, see if we can get Feng off the hook, and see if we can also get the proper usage of teamwork, team of 2. So we've seen Cut Loose in action, we've seen friendly competition in action. Let's see if we can get teamwork, team of 2 in action. Remember, it's meant to give us an extra haste status effect. Was it for 12 seconds? Right, okay, yes, the haste status effect has now been applied. We can see from the bottom right-hand side corner, there's now a countdown on the perk. Beautiful. As long as we stay within 12 meters of each other, we will remain having that haste status effect so long as that timer becomes active. So me and Fong are going to become fine friends for the longest time. I mean, haste can't really be applied to generators. Again, it feels kind of like an anti-tunneling perk, which is nice. That haste status effect could get you to the nearest pallet, nearest loop. She's not a terrible survivor, to be fair. She's pretty good. She's got some decent perks. She feels nice and smooth to play as well. She doesn't feel clunky like some of the male survivors feel. Clunky is probably the word I'd use. So we've got haste here. Let's see if the haste can be used. I thought that was a closed off wall, not a open wall. Is haste going to give us a bit of a bonus? We're no longer in sync. Right, okay, so if you lose that link, linkage between you two in the 12 meters, it goes completely. I thought it might have reinstated as you came back, but that is no longer the case. So you need a symbiotic duo. If you play it as a duo, it's a beautiful perk. Again, she feels very much like a survivor for teams, for duos, for swifts, that kind of vibe. So she's got useful perks. I can imagine them being fit into particular builds. I wouldn't use them solo, I don't think. I wouldn't do Adept I wouldn't use them in cohesion with each other again. I'd probably use them for the Adept purposes, but overall, they've each got their own individual value. If I was looking for a good kind of generator build, I'd maybe use something like Potential Energy, along with friendly competition. That might be useful. Alongside Cut Loose, what might be useful is Life. There's all different perk combinations. It fits in nicely into the game anyway. It's got its own uses in itself, and it also will fit in nicely with other perks. So I rate Thalita. I do rate her. She is a pretty good survivor. And that is it for today's video. Now, we've looked at Thalita. We understand Thalita as a survivor. Some pretty decent perks. Useful. Will work nicely in builds. Will work nicely on their own as well. Definitely worth picking up. I do believe Tools of Torment is $9.99 in Great British Pounds on Steam. That's what I paid for it. But because they're not licensed characters, you can also pick them up by shards, etc. So I definitely would recommend getting the new DLC, or at least Thalita as a character if you are into DBD, if you looking for somebody new to maybe explore and play along with. If you've enjoyed today's video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you want to subscribe for future content, I'll be posting twice a week. I'm also active on lots of socials. Links will be down in the description. I live stream on Twitch 3 times a week. I post daily on TikTok, and I'm also active on the likes of Twitter. So get involved if you want to. It'll be great to see you. But until next time, my loves, stay marvelissimos.